Yeah, it was good. A step in the right direction. I think we did a lot of good things, but you can tell it's not like we're just going to wave a magic wand and be on top of our game again. But I liked our start. We got off to a better start, and for the most part, took care of the ball pretty well. I thought we had a stretch there in the first half where we kind of lost focus, and that allowed the Clippers to get back in the game. We lost the possession battle, which is important to us. They got 13 more field goal attempts than us, and the same number of free throws. So, we shot 63% and at home, and the game came down to the wire. So, it wasn't perfect, but there were a lot of good things that we can build on, and I think we're trending in the right direction.
You started JaVale tonight, and sounds like I got some minutes. Did it seem like you got the clarity you needed on the center position? Do you see that?
Yes, it's all. Everything was like it's light just came through the clouds, and it was like, oh my God!
Right.
Now I know everything I need to know.
But
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
More along the lines, what do you see with that position moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, we're just trying something a little different. That's all. And we got off to a good start, so we'll do it again Saturday, and we'll see where it all goes. And we're experimenting a little bit. And so we did a couple of other things as well, but just trying to get a little spark. And biggest thing is playing for the full 48 and staying solid and keeping our body language right and keeping our energy high. Because it takes a full effort. It's not easy to win an NBA game. It's really not, and it takes the full 48, and we're not there yet.
When you say that you'll do it again Saturday, will you do it on Saturday?
Yeah, he'll start again Saturday. So.
Yeah, Steve, you kind of cut down the rotation a little bit, 9.5. You did some other tweaks. Is this your coaching staff decided, okay, it's got to be different things that you're going to be for the last 24 games or so?
We're just tweaking a couple things just to take a look. We started a little differently. We've rotation changed slightly. I don't think that stuff is earth-shattering. I really don't. I don't think those little tweaks are the difference between us performing at a championship level and playing where we've played the last month. I don't think that's sometimes you do something to give a little spark and maybe try to change something, but it always comes down to the same thing. I don't know who the NFL coach was who said block and tackle. And block and tackle. You got basketball, you got to take care of the ball, and you got to defend it. And we had our moments tonight, and our talent took over, but we got some work to do still.
Clay became the 10th guy in franchise history to score 10,000 points. What's it like coaching a guy like Clay?
It's an absolute joy coaching Clay because he's a machine out there. You can depend on him every night at both ends. Brilliant two-way player. Usually guards the best perimeter player on the opposition. Comes down, works without the ball, doesn't need the ball. Unbelievably low maintenance. Emotionally, if he has a bad game, he seems fine. If he has a great game, he's fine. He just comes to work every day. And very little maintenance with Clay, and he's fun to be around. He's got a wicked sense of humor that you guys don't get to see very often. But he's a wonderful player and just a fantastic guy to coach.
Steve, there was a moment in the fourth where the Clippers had a little run. They brought it within 2, and you didn't call timeout in that moment. And Draymond said he appreciated that. But there's a level of trust. There's a level of letting the guys on the court just figure it out. Is that what was in your mind too? That figure it out guys moment?
Yeah, I think there are moments like that in the game where you guys have to play through stuff. You can't keep calling timeouts, and you want to keep your timeouts for the end of the game so you can advance the ball. And I had already used my extra one, I think, in the first half. So I wasn't going to use one there, and they figured it out well, and I thought we responded well.
4 or 5 questions that we haven't asked about the guy who scored 44 points on 18 shots. Was this getting him into it anything you did, or was it just steps at this taking the moment and making the shot that you
Mostly me. mostly me, and then a little bit Steph. No, we didn't do anything differently. We very rarely go into a game thinking, who's going to get shots. And we know that Kevin and Clay and Steph are going to all, get the most shots, but we don't ever really think about getting one guy going, getting another guy going. We think about how we're going to attack the opposition. Maybe some play calls and stuff, but that was just, Steph having a brilliant night.
You mentioned earlier before the game that you wanted to get you guys kind of rolling more in the first quarter. You guys got off to some sluggish starts, in the past. What did JaVale bring at the center position that Zaza doesn't?
Well, they're very different players. I think you guys can see that. It's just a different look.
You're not one usually to go to the same play time and again, especially not pick and roll, but the last, I think, 4 possessions in a row late, you guys ran that same double screen with Steph. Was it just an obvious mismatch you guys thought you could take advantage of, or was there anything particular that caused you to decide you wanted to do that?
Well, it was working, it was working. So when something like that works, and there's no sense in going away from it.
Lou Williams did score 50 last time against you guys. Scored some points, but pretty high volume to do it. Were there different principles involved in this one? Like, were you not switching or trying to avoid the switch with them? Were you sending extra help?
I thought last time we played them, we were completely out of it defensively. We had no aggressiveness at all. I thought tonight we were better with him, even though he scored his points. We made him work harder. We blitzed him a little bit, and we stayed more aggressive on the ball.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Katie will be in here shortly.